Vultures are spectacular kings of the air. They can soar up high on warm air currents to get a real bird's-eye view of the plains below. This male can maneuver his wing feathers to finely adjust his flight. He has seen signs of a kill. Time to find a vantage point and have a good look around. If a vulture can't find a carcass, he will look for signs of a hunt, a pride of lions or a pack of hunting dogs. They've spotted some hyenas. Time to move in. This time, the hyenas are not so keen to share. The vultures must wait their turn. A dead buffalo looks more hopeful, but a much larger predator has got there first, and he's not in the mood for sharing. The vultures will not take the risk of fighting with a full-grown lion. But these scavengers will not leave the lion to eat in peace. The race of life is on for lion and vulture. But both animals could win. Once the lion has eaten his fill, he will leave, and the vultures will get their chance with the leftovers. Vultures help us all win our race of life. They are the undertakers of the animal world. By removing the remains of dead animals, they keep our forests and fields clean, and for that, we owe the humble vulture a big thank you. One of the largest living lizards on Earth lurks in the Australian outback. The parenti, a giant monitor lizard. Her domain stretches across the vast dunes and plains of the desert interior. Her bite is venomous, and her forked tongue can taste the smell of her prey. She is nearly 2.5 meters long, with a slender neck and powerful claws. She can climb trees and rip open termite nests. First, a little pre-dinner refreshment. Water is in high demand out here. After a deep drink, the parenti is ready for the hunt. A king brown snake, one of the most venomous snakes in the world, and one of the longest at nearly 2.5 meters. The parenti spots the snake. She approaches carefully. Brown snakes produce large amounts of venom, so they are lethal even to large animals. The parenti must seize the snake from behind the head to avoid being bitten. She's completely focused on the task ahead. The parenti and the brown snake are evenly matched. This is a fight to the death. The parenti has a strong bite and backwards curving teeth. She's injecting a toxin into the snake. The snake fights hard, using her great length to create powerful thrusting movements. The parenti is exhausted. She has lost her race of life today. The king of all reptiles lives in Africa, the Americas, and Australasia. He wins his race of life with his size and strength. He has no natural enemies. He's the ultimate apex predator, the crocodile. Crocodiles are the largest dinosaur left alive. They can grow to 7 meters and live for 100 years. In Australia alone, 4 or 5 people per year are attacked by these monsters. The locals call them salties to distinguish them from their smaller freshwater cousins. The freshies are mostly harmless to humans. The salties are not. Saltwater crocs live in the rivers and wetlands of tropical Australia and Southeast Asia. They also live in the ocean and on the beaches. Crocs usually attack from underwater. They spot their prey on the surface and then descend. The other giant crocodile lives across the Indian Ocean. Africa, home of giant herbivores. great long rivers and the Nile crocodile. This full-grown male is about to take part in the annual African feast, when migrating wildebeest have to cross the Mara River. He prepares for the ambush. The wildebeest are on alert. The croc strikes. There is no chance of escape. The crocodile's bite is the strongest ever measured. At 16,000 newtons, he bites down with 20 times the force of a human eating a steak. A classic crocodile death roll helps him tear off pieces of meat. The wildebeest calf has lost this lightning-fast race of life. The mighty monster of the Mara River has won his. She can now manage for up to 6 months before she needs another meal. And by then, the wildebeest will be returning. They run their race of life by slithering. Snakes. Their bodies are so thin, most of them have room for only one working lung. A quarter of a snake species are venomous. The venom is used for defense as well as catching prey. Some have a warning system to tell predators to back off. No venomous snakes kill their prey by constriction. All snakes rely on ambush to catch their prey and use their forked tongues to smell the air in 3 dimensions. Snakes prefer to stay hidden for their own safety and to surprise their prey. They need to be well camouflaged and fast-moving. This diamond python is planning to surprise her prey from above. The brush turkey has no idea she's there. This is the most spectacular use of venom in the snake world. The spitting cobra directs his deadly jets into the eyes of his victims. Far from the land of cobras is a giant island of pythons, taipans, and king brown snakes. Australia. Inland taipans are among the most venomous snakes in the world. They live right across Australia, from the desert to grasslands and dry forest. This adult male can smell something in the distance, something that could be tasty. He's hoping for a small mammal. He can see what he's been looking for. The snake makes straight for his target, a pair of desert rats. They're cornered. They will need to move very fast to escape. A second bite. The venom is doing its work, paralyzing the muscles of the unfortunate desert rat. Inland taipan venom is extremely toxic and works fast. In a short time, the venom reaches the rat's diaphragm, and the snake's victim is unable to breathe. The rat is nearly safe to eat. The inland taipan has won her race of life today. The inland taipan will now have a good rest to allow his meal to digest. Even extremely venomous snakes must fight every day to win their race of life. These inland taipan eggs were laid in the spring. They need to develop where the earth is damp to provide extra moisture for the growing embryo. After 8 weeks, the young snakes start to emerge. Taipans are born ready to run their race of life. They are fully formed and fully armed with venom. Each baby snake will grow up to 2.5 meters long. These little snakes might be venomous, but they are very vulnerable. Even after the taipans reach their full length, they could become a meal for something bigger. Like a king brown snake. His venom cannot help him this time, as the king browns are immune to other snakes' venom. The young snake is fighting to stay alive against the odds. It's a highly toxic race of life. Our inland taipan has lost his race of life. He is much easier to swallow than a bush rat, but it takes a long time. Muscles all the way down the snake's body are working to pull their meal into the stomach. After a long struggle, the king brown snake is able to relax and enjoy her meal. One zebra doesn't make it today. Finally, the lions get their feed. The weakest animal has been taken down. She's now contributing to the survival of the lions. More animals live in this place than anywhere else on Earth. It's where the race of life is at its most intense. Millions of antelope, zebra, giraffe, rhino, and elephant graze on the great grassy plains of Africa, which means there are also vast numbers of predators. There may be a lot of prey, but there's ruthless competition to catch and keep it. The big cats get all the publicity, but there's one predator who's evolved a way to beat them all: the hyena. Hyenas might look like dogs, but they're more closely related to cats. They've been around for over 10 million years, and for good reason. These incredible animals have one extremely adapted ability. Hyenas are bone crushers. They are one of the few animals in the world who can eat large bones. This young female can smell something exciting. Her highly tuned sense of smell will take her straight to the target. It's a wildebeest carcass, probably the leftovers from a lion hunt. There's not much meat left, but for the hyena, that's no problem. She will eat everything: skin, horns, and bones. Her massive jaws can crush with the power of a vice, and her unique large teeth will break bones with hardly any effort. This animal wins her race of life by gaining nutrition from food others leave behind. But that's not her only survival skill. Our hyena is part of a large extended family group called a clan. It is run by a hierarchy of dominant females. They mark and defend their territory. Hyena paste contains colonies of bacteria with a unique odor. Our female can recognize her territory through this familiar smell. Hyena clans are terrifyingly huge, up to 90 individuals. So when this lot launches an attack, there's no defense. The clan have brought down their prey. They will run and run until their prey is exhausted before they tear it apart. A lion wants a share. She's more than 3 times the size of a hyena. But the hyenas show no fear. The lion has no chance against a clan this size. Hyenas are the most fierce carnivore in Africa, with jaws and teeth to match. With defenses like this, no animal is going to beat them on their race of life. the frog kicks into action. The rocket frog can leap over 2 meters in one jump. That's 50 times his body size. Many of his leg and foot bones have become elongated for maximum springing power. His forelimb bones have been fused to cope with the impact of landing. Frogs have lungs, but they have a special trick for staying hidden beneath the surface of the river. They can extract oxygen from water by breathing through their skin. But it doesn't always work. A red-bellied black snake managed to strike in time. But the meal has one last line of defense. The frog's slippery skin makes him difficult to hold on to. Many frogs escape the jaws of death in this way, but not this one today. The snake has won, and despite his athletic prowess, this frog has lost his race of life. One stallion and about 6 mares with their foals. The foals are dependent on their mothers for a year. A lone cheetah is looking for a meal. He's reluctant to take a healthy adult zebra. The cheetah is hoping for easier prey, perhaps an injured or older animal. Or even better, a foal. This foal has lost his mother. His braying attracts the cheetah. The mother is not aware he's gone. The hyena has also picked up the sound. The foal instinctively knows he won't last long without the protection of the herd. His stripes are protecting him. They break up his outline, so he blends in with the long grass. Will the herd notice he's gone before the predators find him? The mother is alerted. She doesn't waste any time. The foal is safely reunited with his family. Each zebra has a unique stripe pattern, so it's possible they recognize each other by sight. Zebra stripes are not merely camouflage. They serve at least 3 other defense functions. Predators always select a single animal before moving in for the kill. This lion is confused. When a herd moves around, the black and white lines create a kind of motion dazzle. It's difficult to pick out an individual. The lion gives up, for now. The powerful sun is reflected by the white stripes, but absorbed by the black ones. This contrast creates air currents along the zebra's body, keeping her cool. The most bizarre function of the stripes is to protect against insect bites. These grasslands are buzzing with horseflies and tsetse flies. But for some reason, fewer flies attack the zebras with the most stripes. But the stripes cannot protect the zebra from crocodiles. This harem needs to cross the river to follow the rains and find fresh grass. They've been spotted. The zebras have no choice. It's certain death by starvation or the risk of swimming with the crocs. The race of life is on. The croc has lost this time. Most of the herd lives to graze another season. But they are tired from the journey. One zebra doesn't make it today. Finally, the lions get their feed. The weakest animal has been taken down. She's now contributing to the survival of the lions. The stronger zebras will go on to raise their families and produce more animals running their race of life in startling stripes. The world of small creatures is seething with thousands of battles to stay alive. It's a world full of animals with many legs and many eyes. A place inhabited by carnivores with giant fangs and lethal venom. And there are always larger animals searching and waiting in the hope of finding a meal. One of these small creatures sends so much fear into us, there's even a phobia named after them. And they're so successful, we've found almost 50,000 species, and still counting. The spider. Spiders are arachnids. They all have 8 legs, an external skeleton, and venomous fangs. This trapdoor spider would be a juicy meal for a bird or lizard, but he defends himself by hiding underground. It's also the perfect place for catching lunch. It could be any unsuspecting passerby, a beetle, a cricket, or a grasshopper. The spider lays out tripwires along the ground. He then hides and waits. He lightly touches the ends of the tripwires from inside his hole. If a passing bug trips on the wires, the spider will be alerted. A cricket has just had a feed of forest leaves. The spider knows something's out there. The cricket moves closer. The tripwires are tight and almost invisible. The cricket is now right on top of the trapdoor, completely unaware of the danger below. But the spider doesn't strike. The cricket moves away unharmed. By some miracle, he has failed to make contact with any of the tripwires. The spider has lost his race of life this time, but he's ready and waiting for the next unsuspecting victim. The most dangerous time for a predator is the fight to catch and kill her prey. Injuries caused by a struggling victim can be fatal. Spiders have mastered the art of defending themselves against injury in many mysterious ways. A flower. A petal moves. It's a crab spider. Like the trapdoor, she uses ambush to catch her prey. A lace-wing butterfly is looking for nectar. The crab spider is perfectly camouflaged. The butterfly sucks the sweet nectar in a last moment of bliss. The spider strikes. She will wait until the butterfly succumbs to her venom before she moves in for her meal. Some spiders will do more than just wait for their meal. This Lawless spider is casting out a lure. She's laced the lure with a pheromone that's irresistible to moths. The spider can swing her bolas for up to 15 minutes. A minor moth approaches. He's done for. The spider further entangles the moth in silk and stores him nearby for mealtime. But spiders are just as vulnerable to spider attack as other insects. A mother redback protects her egg sac. She doesn't know there's an intruder in the nursery, a Portia spider lying in wait. Within days, hundreds of spiderlings emerge. Despite their watchful mother, the Portia spider wades in for a feast of newborn redbacks. Many young will lose their race of life before they know they're born. But enough will survive. The spider race of life is a game of numbers, skill, and excellent defenses. The arms race of the animal world has led to defenses of almost infinite variety, from the vice-like jaws of the hyena to the gunshot speed of the frog, from the strong as steel silk of the spider to the hypnotic patterns of the zebra and the awesome antlers of the deer. Defense is the key to winning the race of life. These predators hunt in schools. They gang up to herd smaller fish together for a feast. Their eyesight is sharp and precise. They run an isolated and aggressive race of life. Adults only come together for two occasions: to spawn and to hunt. These streamlined tigers of the ocean live in tropical and subtropical waters worldwide. The barracuda. The name strikes fear into people living in the tropics. There are around 28 species. Barracuda prefer to live near the sea surface. They spend much of their time hidden, waiting for their prey. This large adult is waiting to ambush a smaller fish. He relies on camouflage and short, intense bursts of speed. Once his prey is caught in these fang-like teeth, there is no escape. This smaller barracuda is staying hidden for different reasons. He's hoping predator does not become prey, because stalking these waters is a giant barracuda. This big old fish will not hesitate to take another barracuda if he gets the chance. This one fingerling has an itch she needs to scratch. She's looking for a special place in the underwater world. A cleaning station. Despite the barracuda's hearty appetite, the little fish swimming close to her jaws are in no danger. The barracuda will not eat them because they are helping her. They are cleaner wrasse, and their job is to eat all the parasites and dead skin from the barracuda. Their teeth are sharp and irregular for maximum biting efficiency. From the moment they grow up into fingerlings, these supreme predators are ready to hunt and kill. This fingerling has no idea our infant killers are out there. Even baby barracudas can strike at incredible speeds, up to 40 kilometers an hour. This adult looks like he's bitten off more than he can chew. Barracudas have been known to attack by biting their prey in half. The barracuda may try to take a bite if they believe humans are carcasses, so the secret here is to keep moving. It's also attracted other fish. This is a wonderful smorgasbord for the reef sharks. Some are so excited they're using their snouts to dig deeper into the coral. One lucky winner has found the remains of somebody else's catch. This classic underwater predator has a more approachable side. She's known for being the silent killer of the deep. Her silhouette strikes dread into every swimmer, both human and animal. But sometimes she's not as bad as she looks. Her sinister cousins prefer to live far from the warm waters of the reef. Yes, she's a shark, But she doesn't have the reputation of colder water sharks like the bull and the great white. She's not as big, and so neither is her appetite. Unlike their cold water cousins, they often move in large groups. They are still hunters with the speed and skill of all sharks. The huge bait balls of tropical fish are the favorite dining places for these graceful predators. They sometimes work in teams to round up the fish. They have a good set of teeth and an excellent sense of smell. And when there's lots of food around, there's almost a sense of a party. These high-speed hunters run a well-equipped race of life. They are reef sharks. Reef sharks are smaller than their temperate cousins and rarely grow more than 1.6 meters. A school of mullets or whiting may have attracted this reef shark feeding frenzy. Their huge numbers help the sharks win this race of life. They can work together to herd the fish against the shore, so there's no escape. These black tips are getting together to find a mate. The females swim in long S-bends to show they are ready to meet a male. Most reef sharks are not aggressively territorial, but they do have a regular home range and they will stay close to it for many years. These reef fish are in danger. A reef shark is trying to corner them against the coral. Tropical fish win their race of life against the sharks by using colors and erratic movements to confuse them. But the shark is also a supreme athlete. He can twist and turn at speed to catch his slippery prey. Beneath the coral surface, a colony of crustaceans has attracted the sharks. It's also attracted other fish. This is a wonderful smorgasbord for the reef sharks. Some are so excited they're using their snouts to dig deeper into the coral. One lucky winner has found the remains of somebody else's catch. Reef fish are used to living with sharks. It's hard not to imagine this is just a playful game. This lone shark is waiting for the best time of day for hunting. Sunset, when the shadows are long and the shark disappears against the black rocks. He dives straight in, a catch in seconds. The taste of meat drives the sharks into even more of a frenzy. Now there are hundreds of black tips, all attracted from miles around by the excitement. The holes and crevices provide a refuge for the prey. Shrimps, snakes, and fish are all pushing themselves deep into the rocks. This big eye has arrived at the wrong place at the wrong time. He's racing for his life against the odds, but he's fast and nimble. But so is the reef shark. The big eye's race is over. Feeding frenzies like this are not just a race of life. For the reef sharks, this is a giant team sport. And on nights like tonight, the reef shark is the winner. Underwater predators have adopted extreme measures to hunt and to survive. The fish of the reef need to be fast to escape the barracuda and wary to survive swimming near the lairs of the moray eel. One giant of the ocean appears in horror stories and terrifying dramas of the sea. But they live a life so fast and hard, most never make it to adults. They are jet-propelled monsters that will only mate once or twice before they die. They are known to attack fishing vessels and even sometimes swimmers. The squid. These bizarre-looking creatures are really giant mollusks who emerged into the world 60 million years ago. Like nearly all squid, this one has 8 arms and 2 tentacles. These long tentacles can shoot out and catch a fish, and then feed it into her mouth. And she wins her race of life with speed. She squirts out water through a tube by her head at high speed. Some squid can reach speeds of 24 kilometers per hour. No live catch today, so a dead squid will have to do. She chews the food with a sharp beak, which lies in the center of her ring of arms. The Caribbean reef squid enjoys a spot of sunbathing. Like all squid, he has a soft body and no shell. He is constantly trying to avoid being eaten. His best defense is camouflage. He can change color instantly to match his surroundings. These squid are scared. There's nowhere to hide. They create a smokescreen to confuse the predators and escape under cover. But most squid lose their race of life before they are adults. So they've come up with a clever way of making sure they survive. Huge numbers. This is a squid nursery. These mums have each laid their eggs and attached them to the rocks. Each mum is expecting 70,000 babies. Most will be eaten before they grow up. But by the sheer force of numbers, they make sure 1 or 2 of their brothers and sisters win their race of life. One of the weirdest animals under the sea is also one of the smartest. She can solve problems and use tools. She has 2 eyes and a beak, and 3 hearts, but no skeleton. And she has 4 pairs of arms. The octopus. The octopus is a cunning predator and a master of disguise. And all of them are venomous. This Australian octopus is beautiful, but deadly. He's actually a shy creature and spends most of his time hiding in holes and crevices. But if alarmed, he will glow bright yellow with luminous blue rings. A threatened animal will naturally run for home. But the veined octopus doesn't need to run anywhere. She carries her home around with her. She will use almost any protective covering as a shelter. A clamshell, a coconut shell, or even an old discarded spoon. This one is out hunting. Something is moving in the sand, a tasty-looking flounder. But the fish has seen the octopus coming. She uses her camouflage to hide. Camouflage is the octopi's best defense. This octopus has seen a predator. She instantly blends into her background. She can even change the texture of her skin to look like the rocks and seaweed. But the octopus has many more means of defense in her bag of tricks. This octopus has seen a reef shark. There is nowhere to hide. Suddenly, she disappears. She has squeezed herself into a tiny crack in the rocks. Those amazing arms can protect our graceful friend by sacrificing themselves. If one of these octopi is under attack, an arm will break off and keep wriggling. The predator will be distracted and the octopus can escape. For his grand finale, the octopus will perform one last feat. The predator will eat this octopus. He squirts a cloud of black ink. The predator is confused. The octopus escapes. Another daring escape in the incredible octopus race of life. The brain boxes of the ocean use their intelligence to win their race of life. They have the biggest brains on the planet. Some are excellent at working in teams. Others run their race alone. But they are all high speed. The orca. Most of these graceful giants use their sheer size as their best defense. Some whales are equipped with teeth. And for orcas, that means they are apex predators. Almost no other animals will attack them. Except perhaps one. The ultimate ocean hunter is looking for a kill. A great white shark. The orcas group together. There can be up to 40 whales in one pod. A formidable force. Their teeth are clearly visible. They're designed for capturing and tearing prey. Orcas can grow to 9 meters long. And these intelligent animals have one more advantage over the shark: education. From previous encounters, orcas know that if they can flip the shark onto its back, it will be helpless. The orcas prepare for the attack. The great white makes a rapid retreat. The orcas have won their race of life against the most feared predator of the sea. Protecting yourself underwater is a game of invention. Aquatic animals have to create clever ideas to stay alive. They have an amazing toolbox to dip into. Color and camouflage, toxins and teeth. The result is an array of strange creatures. Nudibranchs, clownfish, squid, octopi, and whales are just some of the wonderful winners in the underwater race of life. Sharks are perfectly designed killers. Their streamlined bodies are covered in nerve endings. They can detect tiny movements in the ocean from far away using electroreceptors. They are so sensitive, they can pick up electric currents as small as a billionth of a volt. A school of barracuda. These ferocious predators can be over 2 meters long. They will attack en masse, taking on fish even bigger than themselves. But today, the barracuda are the prey. The fish form a ball of swirling bodies to confuse the attacker. They have been spotted by a black-tipped reef shark. The race of life is on. Reef sharks are attracted to splashing movements and can detect the scent of blood from injured fish. When other sharks are present, the excitement builds into a feeding frenzy. Seals. They live in the colder waters of Great White Territory. Many of these seals have learned that if they swim out on a seabed, they are safe. But if they stay out on the surface, the sharks will strike. The seal is no match. The albatross very rarely needs to rest, but when he does, he's in immediate danger. For the albatross and the shark, the race of life is on. Sharks live in almost every marine environment. Nowhere is safe. From warm coral seas to cold open oceans. Every creature that swims below or above the surface could be in the sights of one of these ancient ocean predators. Birds, mammals, fish. They're all flying, swimming, watching to live another day and to win the race of life. Among the most ancient creatures alive is a living dinosaur, the crocodile, the largest reptile on Earth. There are 14 species of crocodile on Earth today. Most live in and around the tropics. Crocodiles can be 7 meters long and weigh 1,000 kilograms. They've been around for 55 million years, a giant lizard perfectly equipped to kill. This is the strongest jaw in the world. It can bite down with a force of over 1.6 tons. Once locked in here, there is no escape. Crocodiles might look primitive, but they also have finely tuned hearing, smell, and eyesight. In East Africa, the crocodile's favorite food is preparing to move out. To survive the dry season, zebra and wildebeest must migrate to greener pastures. To get there, they need to enter the world of the crocodile. They must cross the Mara River. There is safety in numbers, so both species will cross together. At first, a few brave individuals test the water. The crocodiles are alerted. Crocodiles can swim over 30 kilometers per hour. They can even run on land in short bursts. But their preferred method of killing is ambush. A mass of animals plunges into the river. For the crocodiles, it's hard to select a target in the frenzy of movement. For the zebra and wildebeest, there is safety in numbers, but there's always one, a weaker swimmer, the very young and old, or just the unlucky one. Most of the herd will get across the river, but some will lose the race of life today. The winners will produce offspring who are stronger, faster, smarter. So these herds will continue to evolve to survive. The crocodiles are also evolving to survive. They are cold-blooded animals, so they can live on a kilo of meat a day. But they do not know when the next meal will come, so they fight for every scrap of food. This aggression guarantees the strongest will survive. They will pass on their genes to their young. Darwin's survival of the fittest is played out every day all over the world. This is the race of life. A predator is attempting rooftop dining. This python has decided the dangerous climb is worth it for a meal. She's prepared to take the risk to win her own race of life. Most live among the ice floes of the poles, where there's a rich supply of food. They are apex predators, feeding on fish, birds, and seals. This pod of whales are planning their attack. The seal pup has no idea. Even the shallows can be dangerous. Orcas often beach themselves to catch a meal and can swim 50 kilometers per hour. This behavior is distressing to watch, but the whales are trying to stun the seal to make it easier to eat. Seals are fast enough to escape, but not all. By working as a team, the orcas get a meal and live to swim another day.